sir, your voice is breaking.
No, am I
Please, can
audible
you
now?
repeat?
No, no. I was asking, like, are you writing the CSIR exam this time?
Uh, no, sir. Actually, next year.
Oh, next year. You are eligible now this year that you know, right?
Yes.
Okay, okay. Still you didn't write it. Why?
Sir, I have not it till
Applied.
study.
Okay.
मतलब it's
Understood,
first time.
understood.
No?
Okay, okay. So you're in the first semester or you're done with the first semester?
Done, sir. First semester complete.
Okay, okay. Okay. So you're in the second semester now.
Yes.
Okay. So you're from which state actually?
From Maharashtra,
Okay, okay. Good.
district Amravati.
Okay, okay, okay. I'm from Hyderabad only, so I know some of your college students who come here for what we say internships. So shall we wait for some time or we shall start? Okay, we'll start. So Nandini, this is the first class that you are attending the thing, or previously you have attended this live session?
सर अटेंड मतलब इससे पहले किया है सर.
Okay, okay. 1 minute. Hello, hello, hello. Who's this? Yeah, I'm on. I'm in the class. Can I call you later? Yeah, yeah, sorry. So I will start. Okay. So I was asking that
Good
this is the
evening,
first
sir.
class or previously you have attended. Yeah, Chaitra, you were saying something.
No, sir. Good evening.
Good evening. So you're from which state?
Sir, I'm from Tamil Nadu.
Okay, good. Where are you from Tamil Nadu? I'm also from Tamil Nadu.
Uh, I came here for studying.
Okay, which state? Which institute?
Karunya Institute of
Coimbatore,
Technology.
right?
Yes, sir.
So I'm also from Coimbatore. I did my bachelor's in PSG College of Arts and Science.
Okay, sir.
So which course you are doing there?
Biotechnology, sir.
Okay, which year? First year or second year?
First year, sir.
Okay,
First year.
good. So this is your first session that you are attending, or previously you attended the clearing session?
It's my first session, sir.
Okay. So yeah, most of the people are coming today. Um, the new joined people, can you please introduce about yourself? Ritika, Ritika Gadwani, can you please introduce yourself? You can use chat box also to introduce yourself. And who is SK Rehan? Can you please introduce yourself? So I will wait 3 more minutes. 7:10 will start.
Okay, sir. Sir, how long is the session?
They asked us to take it for 2 hours, but I will try to wind it up within 1 hour to 1 hour 20 minutes.
Okay, sir.
Not much. So usually I do recap of the whole week. Have you gone through the lectures or you have not gone through the lectures already?
No, sir. I just got registered 2 days ago, so this is my
Okay.
first class.
So
And
I will do the second week recap, whatever the lectures that faculty has been taken. So once again, I will tell the recap, and we will do some practice questions related to those topics.
okay,
Understood?
sir.
Yeah. And today's class majorly focusing on some of the yeah. So today's class majorly I'm focusing on what are the different organs of immune system that we started in the last week. And last week majorly we focused on the history of immunology and how different region of okay, good, good, good. Welcome. So, different regions of the world, how they followed the practice of vaccines, and then how, without knowing what is vaccine, they have used certain heat inactivated method, and then how variolation played a major role in the eradication of pathogen, and then to raise antibody against those pathogens in the body that we have seen in the last week. And one more thing what we have seen, we started with different lymphoid organs of the body, like such as primary lymphoid organ, that is bone marrow, and then the thymus, and then the secondary lymphoid organ we talked about spleen. And what are the different developmental stage where this immune cells are created, that we have seen it in the last class. So this week we majorly focus on in detail about the different lymphoid organs that we talked in the last week, and what are the different methodology to make a transgenic mouse. So that is what we are going to see this time. Okay, so let us not wait for more time. We'll start, and if you have any doubt you can raise your hand or you can stop me in between. Okay,
Okay, sir.
let me start the. So is it visible? My
Yes,
voice?
sir.
Yeah. So, good evening, one and all. I am Siranjeevi Rangaraj. I'm a PhD scholar from the Department of Biochemistry from University of Hyderabad. And also, I'm a Prime Minister Research Fellow. To fulfill my teaching assistantship hours, I've been associated with NPTL for the last 2 years. And each semester, I've been taking one course in the form of doubt clearing session. And this semester, I have been allocated to the course called Host Pathogen Interaction, widely known as the immunology. So in that course only I am associated. So the course code, if you see, it is Noc25 bt21, and we are in the week 2. So the agenda of the whole lecture for the week, we'll see the recap on the week 2 concepts, and some practice questions we will do, then finally some doubt clearing session that we are going to do. Okay, so the first one is we as I already talked in the previous lecture, or you can go back and then check, we have two set of lymphoid organs. So lymphoid organs can be classified into two types. One is primary, we say, another one is a secondary. So have you ever heard of primary lymphoid organs? Do you have any idea what are the primary lymphoid organs? So one is bone marrow, another one is spleen. Okay, and sorry, another one is thymus in the primary, and the secondary is we talk about spleen majorly, and as well as lymph nodes and everything. So the bone marrow, if you see majorly, this is responsible for the production of B cells as well as other cells in the body, that we will see it in the upcoming slides. And moreover, that we have seen about the thymus in the last lecture. So thymus is majorly responsible for the T cell selection. Okay. In thymus, there are certain regions that we have in our body where it can only select the certain T cells alone. That include the positive and then the negative selection of the T cells that we say, and then the double positive selection, double negative selection that you will study in the upcoming lectures. How we say that what is T cell development or the B cell development in the body. So far, you should know only one thing: the selection of T cells will happen in thymus, and thymus will make sure in such a way that we are also having n number of protein in the body. For example, we have insulin, we have hexokinase, we have glycerolide 3 phosphate dehydrogenase, we have n number of enzymes in the body. For example, mm, glycogen synthase, glycogen phosphorylase. Other than that thing, if you see, cytokines are secreted in the body. N number of muscles we have, bones we have, but whatever the cells that are created, T cells are nothing but immune cells that should not react with our own body cells. So that is where we say that there is something called cell selection. T cell selection will be there in the body where it will not react with our own body proteins. Only then it will be selected. If it is reacting with our own body cells, then we will call it as autoimmune disorder. So that is where there are certain diseases that we have seen in the day-to-day life. For example, rheumatoid arthritis. There are several cases people have seen that the diabetes also come due to this autoimmune disorder, because our own antibody or our own immune cells will attack the our own cells. So it should not happen such way. That will be done in the case of T cell. The bone marrow, if you see majorly, it has uh, a number of cells which is called as stem cells. It majorly composed of the pluripotent stem cells, which will which will give rise to the multiple blood cells, including the B lymphocytes, T lymphocyte, macrophage, or monocytes, or multiple white blood cells. So if you see in the adult human, there are around 50 percentage of the bone marrow is filled with fat. Only the partially it is filled with the functional bone marrow. If you see the thymus, it starts with a huge weight in the childhood, but when we reach adult around 80 or 60 years age, the total weight of the thymus will become 2 grams. So the reduction in the weight of the thymus will take place throughout the life, we can say, whereas in the bone marrow it will be filled with more densely packed fat. So the next system that we talk about is the lymph nodes. So lymph nodes are is a bean-shaped organs that can be found in everywhere in the body. The major lymph node reaction that we always notice when whenever we do a heavy workout during our childhood, have you ever noticed that whenever we are going for any play or any kind of extensive running or something, we will be getting the pain in our shoulders or in the our body junctions will get so much of pain. So that due to this lymph node accumulation, and it can entrap the so much of antigens, then finally it will start attacking. So that is the reason this lymph nodes are really really important in the body. Lymph nodes, if you see as per the structure, those are bean shaped. So that is what they have given here. Here you can see that bean shaped will be having two regions. One is the outer cortex and then the inner medulla region. So outer means cortex, we always say it in the medical term, and medulla means it's inside. So in between there is a region called paracortex region. The follicle region is nothing but it's a B cell zone. It will be filled with more B cells, whereas the paracortex region is called T cell zone. And there are in the lymph nodes there will be more incoming lymph will be there. Lymph is nothing but whenever you use any kind of cloth to filter any kind of what we say water or milk or something, the whatever the filter it's coming filtered with material is coming out now. That is called uh, lymph node in a layman term, which means here the filtering material is nothing but called blood. So once through the porous mechanism, it will be due to the pressure, it will be given such kind of fluid structure. So that is nothing but called lymph. So that will come inside the lymph node, then it will be going outside the lymph node. So that is what the overall thing. So whatever the outgoing mechanism is there, then that will be filled with matured cells of immune system. So overall, if you see, the lymph nodes are encapsulated, and which is a bean shaped organ, and it contains a network of stromal cells packed with the lymphocytes, macrophage, as well as the dendritic cells, and connected to the both blood vessels as well as the lymphatic vessel system. And this is the overall structure of the or the cross section of the lymph node. If you see, it has afferent lymphatic vessels where the lymph will come inside, then there will be a b lymphocytes, and then the primary lymphoid follicles will be there, then the capsule is there, then there are the germinal centers will be there. The difference between the primary lymphoid follicle as well as the germinal center, primary lymphoid organs are not interacted with any kind of anti gen, which means those are naive cells that we say, which is not encountered any kind of antigen. Whereas germinal centers, or else we call it as a secondary follicles, those are already activated, activated B cells, or in this case we say it as a plasma cells, and T cells will be really activated. Those are already interacted with the an antigen. Okay, then finally in this system, if you see, there is a efferent lymphatic vessels will be there, that will be consist of more antibodies, and mature T cells will be there in this. Okay, so sorry. Wait, so, so there are multiple afferent lymphatic vessels will be there for one lymph node. There, where the lymphs will come inside, then that can be gone through the all the cortex and then the medulla region. Then finally, it can leave the efferent lymphatic vessels. So cortex region is consist of B cells, follicular dendritic cells, and macrophages, and then the germinal centers. And there is something called paracortex region that we have already discussed, which is having the T cell, because cortex region is rich in B cells, whereas paracortex is rich in T cells. And there again, the macrophages will be there. Some dendritic cells also will be there. Here, if you see, the dendritic cells are having the two or three names. The convention dendritic cells, which is DCs, which are nothing but called antigen presenting cells, whereas this FDC is whatever it has written here, which will be helpful in the case of the B cell development. Okay, that is quite different from the conventional DCs. And next section is we called as a medulla region. Medulla cells are really rich in the plasma cells. Plasma cells are nothing but the matured B cells are called plasma cells, which can have the potency to synthesize the antibodies. Okay, and the post capillary venule will be there here, then that allow the lymphocyte migration from the circulation into the lymph node, and one afferent lymphatic vessels, lymphatic system will be there, this vessel system that I have already talked about, which is rich in the antibodies as well as the lymphocytes. Okay,
Sir, what do plasma cells synthesize?
so plasma cells are nothing but the matured B cells which will synthesize antibodies. You have studied na antibodies. There are five types of antibodies: IgA, IgE,
Yes, sir.
IgM, IgD. So those things are secreted by the plasma cells. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Someone has wanted to log in. I will allow them. So is it visible? Can I start?
Yes, sir.
So in a, if you want to understand, do you know now, did you understand what is the difference between B cells and plasma cells?
Yes, sir.
So plasma cells are nothing but B cells only. It is in a matured format. So we will talk about these things, how it will become plasma cells and everything in the upcoming week sessions. We'll see the what are the development of B cells. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So the overall system, what I'm trying to talk, if you leave the overall, if you want to simplify the immunology, there are certain antigens are coming inside the body, and which should be detected by the which should be detected by our body system or the immunology system, then it should be entrapped and then it should be eliminated. If we are not eliminating those pathogens, then it will cause the disease, including the any kind of rhinovirus which causes the running nose or the cold, fever, and then fatigue feel and everything. These all because of the pathogen successful establishment of the disease inside the body. So that is why the overall our immunology system made in such a way that any pathogen comes inside the body, it should be entrapped and then it should be eliminated from the body. So whatever we are going to see, you should always see it in the three ways. How the antigen will come inside the body. Antigen is nothing but the part of the pathogen, so which will be detected by the antibody. So how the pathogen is coming inside the body, which route, then if they're coming in the route of nose, what will happen? If it is coming the route of mouth, what will happen? If it is coming the route of the skin, what will happen? Or any other way through the blood or whatever it happen, that is what the overall immunology, it is coming, it should be detected by some mechanism, then it should be eliminated. So that is what the overall immunology. So if you keep these three mechanisms in your mind, then it will be very very easy. So there are different people will find out different things. For example, in our real life, any kind of issue happens in the, suppose one person got murdered or something, then it will be taken care of by the law and order police. Something happens in the road, then it will be taken by the traffic police. Or if something happened in the marine, then it will be taken by the marine people. If it has happened in the border of the country, then it will be taken by the army people. So like the same way, different systems are there in the body to eliminate the pathogen. Okay. So now if you see the lymphatic system overall, it is a subpart of the blood vascular and then the cardiovascular immune system. And plasma from the blood seeps into the tissue, which is nothing but called the lymph. And then the intestinal fluid either goes back or becomes the lymph. So lymph enters the lymphatic vessels, and from in the lymphatic vessels only we will be seeing these kind of structures. So from here it will be entering the, this is the blood region, then from the blood region, it is entering as a lymph inside the lymphatic vessels. So if you see the overall thing, the thoracic duct is the largest lymphatic vessel in the entire body, which vessel empties into the left subclavian vein, and movement of the lymph in the lymphatic vessel depends on the muscle contractions. That's why people ask us to do the much exercise and everything, because once the lymph comes and then goes out of the body only, it will entrap the antigen, then it will be uh, eliminate the pathogen from the body. And the special system of the lymphatic system, if you see, it is a one-way valve, ensures the only one direction of the lymph enters inside the lymph nodes, and then it will be again get back to the circulation. And lymph nodes acts as a filters for the antigen so far. And next system that if you see, so far we have seen about the bone marrow as well as the spleen and then the lymph nodes, and then the third are other lymphoid organs if you see, which are available in the mucosal surfaces. So the pathogen can enter into the body through the mouth or the respiratory tract, or using the gastrointestinal tract or the female urogenital tract in the case of females, or in the male urogenital tract in the case of male. So this all region has the mucus, so that we can know that each